I have exactly 2 hours and 55 minutes to get 5 kids ages 9 and under fed, dressed, and out the door for school while also getting myself ready for my corporate job. And my husband is already gone for work before anyone even wakes up. Hi, I'm Annie, mom of 5 kids, and I also work full time. My husband leaves for work at 4:30 in the morning, which means that I am flying solo, getting everyone ready and myself to work by 8 a.m. sharp. I've refined this down to a science, and today I'm taking you through exactly how I make it work. Let's go. Here's what we're covering today. First, I'm walking you through my entire morning routine from 5 a.m. to 8 a.m., every single step. Second, I'm sharing the 3 non negotiables that make or break my morning routine. If I skip any of these, chaos ensues. And third, I'm giving you my best tips for managing multiple kids in the morning when you're doing it solo. Let's dive into the routine. My alarm goes off at 5 a.m. And let me tell you, this is the hardest part of my entire day. But I've learned that if I don't get up right now, I will not have time to take care of myself. And that makes everything harder. I immediately get up, throw on my workout clothes, and head downstairs. No scrolling, no snoozing, just up and moving. From 5:10 to 5:45, I work out. This is 35 minutes that I have carved out for me, and it is non-negotiable. Some days I walk on my treadmill. Some days it's strength training. Some days it's yoga if I'm exhausted. But I move my body every single morning before the kids get up right at home because I can't leave because I'm the only parent there. Now, I know what you're thinking. Annie, I can barely get out of bed. How are you working out at 5 a.m.? Here's the thing. I didn't start doing this until pretty recently. My baby was sleeping irregularly for the first few months, and I wasn't feeling great physically postpartum. That's why in my last morning routine video, I wasn't getting up at 5 a.m. to work out. But now at a year postpartum, I am feeling well enough to get back into my morning workout routine because otherwise workouts just don't happen for me. And this workout time is what sets the tone for my entire day. It wakes me up, it gives me energy, and honestly, it keeps me sane. If I skip it, I'm kind of irritable and sluggish, and I'm not my best self. So I choose my hard, and that choice is waking up at 5 a.m. to get my workout in. By 5:45, I'm done working out and I'm headed upstairs to shower. I've got 30 minutes to do shower, my hair, and my makeup. So it's got to be a quick routine. I'm not going for perfection here. My hair is usually in a low maintenance style, like a claw clip or just down, and my makeup is 10 minutes or less. I do have to look professional every day for work, whether I'm on video camera or in-person meetings. So hair and makeup every day is non-negotiable. And of course, I shower after my workout. So got to be fast. Now, here's a key thing. I do not get dressed for work yet. I put on my robe or throw on lounge clothes because I'm about to spend the next hour and a half cooking, serving breakfast, doing diaper changes, and wrangling children. If I put on my work clothes now, they will 100% end up with oatmeal or baby spit up on them and be wrinkled or ruined. So I wait. Getting dressed is the very last thing I do before I walk out the door. By 6:15 a.m., I'm headed to the kitchen, and this is where the real work starts. Okay, listen carefully because this 15-minute window from 6:15 to 6:30 is the difference between a smooth morning and complete chaos. Before my kids wake up, I need 3 things done. Number 1, breakfast needs to be made or almost done. I'm talking eggs, oatmeal, yogurt, fruit. Whatever we're having that day needs to be ready to serve the second the kids come downstairs. And yes, I do cook for them every morning to try to get at least some nutritious food into their bodies before the day. Number 2, the dishwasher needs to be unloaded. If the dishwasher is still full of clean dishes when the kids come down, I've got nowhere to put their dirty breakfast dishes, so I unload it first thing. Number 3, coffee needs to be made. This one is for me. I need my coffee ready to go because once the kids are out, I won't have 2 hands free to make it. If I don't get these 3 things done before 6:30, I'm pretty much fighting for my life the rest of the morning, and I mean that. The kids start coming down around 6:30, and from that point on, I am in constant motion until we walk out the door. So this 15-minute window, this is my power hour, or power 15 minutes, I should say. Around 6:30, my kids start trickling downstairs. My 9-year-old is usually first. She's my early riser and honestly, my best little helper in the morning too. Then my 7-year-old and 6-year-old come down. My 2 little boys, ages 2 and 1, are usually the last ones up. I'll go and get them once the girls are settled with breakfast, unless I hear them awake earlier. From this point until 7:20, I am doing approximately 17 different things at once. I'm serving breakfast. I'm making sure everyone's eating and not just playing with their food. I'm nursing my 1-year-old at some point in here while supervising, which takes about 15 minutes. I'm doing diaper change for the baby and getting him dressed. I'm getting my 2-year-old dressed and put into a fresh pull-up. At the same time, I'm supervising my 3 girls as they go upstairs and get dressed, brush their teeth, brush their hair, and make sure their backpacks are ready for school. I've learned that I can't trust that they'll do everything they're supposed to do. I do have to check on them for each thing, especially my 6-year-old who has a crazy aversion to brushing her teeth and her hair, which is always an adventure. Oh, and if anyone wants to bring a cold lunch to school, they are making it themselves. I don't have the bandwidth to make all the lunches in the morning, so if they want it, they pack it themselves. Otherwise, they get a hot lunch at school. And our rule is they can pack a cold lunch if everything else on their list is done first and they're fully ready. I also have to pack bottles of breast milk for my 1-year-old who goes to daycare full time. I haven't switched him fully to whole milk yet now that we hit the 1-year mark. So we are still packing breast milk that I pumped the day before. I have to label the bottles and put them in the cooler bag each morning for him. This 50-minute window is controlled chaos. There's no calm here. There's no Pinterest perfect morning. I can't even film it because it's just too chaotic and every minute matters. It's survival mode, and my goal is just to get everyone fed, dressed, and ready for the day without anyone crying, including me. By 7:20, everyone should be dressed, fed, and mostly ready. Now it's go time. This is when I finally run to my room with the baby and toddler, of course, and put on my actual work clothes. Their hands are washed, their food goobers are gone, and it is safe for me to put on my clothes. I've got my outfit picked out usually the night before, so hopefully I'm just throwing it on. Otherwise, I'm making a quick decision and heading back out into the fray. At 7:25, we start the shoe and jacket process. This sounds simple, but with 5 kids, it's not, especially now that it's cold weather season and we need to add hats and mittens to the mix. There's always, and I mean always, someone who cannot find their library book or their school folder or their jacket or one shoe. It's like a universal law of parenting. The closer you get to leaving, the more things somehow go missing. So I've learned to start this process at 7:25 instead of 7:30 because I need that extra buffer time for when things go wrong. By 7:30, we are all walking outside and waiting for the bus. The bus picks up my 3 girls right in our driveway at 7:35, so we all go out 5 minutes early just to make sure we don't miss it. My 2 boys and I always wave goodbye to the girls as they get on the school bus. It's honestly one of my favorite parts of the morning, just this little moment of connection before everyone scatters for the day. As soon as the bus pulls away at 7:35, I'm loading my 2 boys into their car seats and driving them to daycare. Daycare is about 10 minutes away, so we get there right around 7:45. I do the drop off, diaper bag, bottles, hugs and kisses, and then I'm back in the car heading home if I'm working from home that day or to the office if I'm headed to the office that day. If I'm working from home, I pull back into my driveway at 7:55. I have 5 minutes to get inside, pour my coffee, sit down at my desk, open my laptop, and hopefully take a breath. By 8 a.m. on the dot, my first meeting of the day starts and my workday officially begins. And that is how I do it every single weekday. 3 hours from alarm to first meeting, 5 kids out the door, and me looking like the professional I am at my desk ready to work. All right, so now let me share the 3 non-negotiables that make this entire routine possible. If I skip any one of these, the whole thing falls apart. Non-negotiable number 1, waking up before my kids. I never used to do this, but now I will never stop. I have to have that hour ahead of time in the morning. If I'm waking up at the same time as my kids, I don't have time to work out, shower, or mentally prepare for the day. I'm immediately in reactive mode and I feel behind on everything. And that is a recipe for a not so great day. Waking up at 5 a.m. is hard, but it's the only way that this works for me. Non-negotiable number 2, the kitchen is prepped and cleaned the night before. I mentioned unloading the dishwasher in the morning, but here's the thing. I also load it and run it the night before. I also make sure that my kitchen countertops are wiped off and that everything is clean before I go to bed. If I wake up to a messy kitchen, I'm already starting from behind and I will not be able to catch up. Non-negotiable number 3, I don't get dressed for work until the very last minute. This one sounds silly, but it is a game changer. Staying in my lounge clothes while I'm doing all the messy morning tasks means I'm not stressed about getting food or spit up or whatever on my work clothes. I get dressed at 7:25 right before we head out the door. Now let's talk about some tips for managing multiple kids solo. Tip number 1 is to prep everything you can the night before. Backpack should be by the door, outfit should be laid out, lunches should be made if possible if your kids bring cold lunch. Diaper bag should be packed. The less you have to do in the morning, the better. Now, my girls are at the age where they pick out their own outfits, so I don't lay their outfits out for them the night before, but I do lay out my little boys out the night before so that I can just grab and put them on very quickly in the morning. Tip number 2, have a checklist for your kids. My kids know our routine because we have a simple checklist for them to complete each morning. Eat breakfast, get dressed, brush teeth, brush hair, and get their backpack ready. I don't have to micromanage every single step because they know it's expected. That said, I do have to supervise and make sure they complete it, especially those tasks they like to sometimes try to skip, like brushing teeth and hair. Tip number 3 is to build in some buffer time. I aim for all of us to be ready by 7:25, even though the bus doesn't arrive until 7:35 at our driveway. The buffer time is for the inevitable lost shoe or forgotten homework and is always needed. But thankfully, we haven't missed the bus yet, so I'll call that a win. Tip number 4 is to assign age appropriate responsibilities for your kids. My 9-year-old helps. Tip number 4 is to assign age appropriate responsibilities for your kids. For example, my 9-year-old helps get her little brother's socks on. My 7-year-old can help entertain the baby while I'm braiding the girl's hair. And my 6-year-old can put her own dishes in the sink. Everyone has a job, even if it's small. Tip number 5 is to lower your standards. This is not the morning for Pinterest perfect hairstyles or elaborate breakfasts. Everyone is fed, clothed, and on time. That is the goal. Some days I get to squeeze in a quick book or two with my boys, and those moments are awesome. But we stick to the plan and to the routine to make sure we can get everything accomplished. And honestly, that's enough. Listen, I'm not going to pretend that this is easy. It's not. Some mornings go really smoothly, and others I'm yelling, "Where's your other shoe?" at 7:33 when the bus is about to pull up. But this routine works for us, and I hope that sharing it gives you some ideas for your own mornings, whether you have one kid or 5. I always joke that by the time I start working, the hardest part of my day is already finished, and there's nothing work can throw at me that I can't handle. Managing kids in the morning is legitimately one of the hardest parts of parenting because you're managing some time constraints and everyone needs to be out the door and off to their day at the right time. If you're getting everyone where they need to be and you're keeping yourself sane, you're winning. If this video was helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more real life mom content, and drop a comment below. What time do you wake up in the morning? I want to know if I'm the only crazy person that wakes up at 5 a.m. to make their life work. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.